Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Radha, Nila Madhav Radha, Nila Madhav Shri Radhe. Jaya Radha, Shama Sundar Radha, Shama Sundar Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Jai Gora Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol, Nita Gora Hari Bol. Tagore Premanandi ki jai. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Radha Nilamadava ki jai. Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Premanandi, Haribo, Haribo. So a very famous person has just come now. It's not me, but it's our good friend Ramdas. He's a very, very wonderful, friendly, loving, cuddly cow, not a dog. If you really want to have a good pet, you should have a cow. They're much better than dogs. First of all, first reason is the poop of the cow is pure. The poop of a dog is contaminated. Second reason, the urine of the cow is pure. The urine of the dog is contaminated. In fact, everything about the cow is auspicious, and everything about the dog is inauspicious. So if you want to have a real pet, you should have a pet like Ramdas. He's a miniature zebu cow. So he won't get much bigger than this size. And he's very friendly, very cuddly, and it's very important for children to associate with a cow, especially a cow their size. You know, not these big cows, although our big cows are just as friendly as Ramdas. But Ramdas is very cute. He's very cuddling. He likes to be cuddled. And one can learn many things from him. And the most important thing you can learn is not to eat cows. That's like the biggest mistake you can make in your life. The reason that's a big mistake is the karma for eating a cow is severe, very severe. You'll have to take as many births as there are hairs on the body of the cow. Now, try and count all the hairs on the body of the cow. There's a lot. So if you really want to ruin your life, eat a cow. But if you want to be blessed, protect the cow. That's what we do. And you can hug the cow, and the cow, and if it's a female, will give you wonderful milk. And the milk we have is absolutely heavenly. If you haven't drunk the milk we have from our cows, you can probably buy a gallon right now downstairs. Do it. It's the best milk you've ever tasted. Okay, so tonight we're going to hear about 2 verses from the Srimad Bhagavatam, 7th chapter, verses 27 and 28. And maybe you can repeat after me. Ichadvesa samud samudtena. Icha desa samudtena. So start again. Icha desa samudtena. Repeat after me. Dvandva mohena bharata. Sarvabhutani sargayante parantapa. Actually, you can take Ramdas outside. Take him outside. You see, this is real education. These children are being educated to love a cow. Therefore, the next time they go to lunch in their school and they offer some meat, they probably will say no, because I love Ramdas and he's a cow, and you're giving me a piece of meat from a cow. I don't want to eat it. That's education, real education that should be taught in the schools. But unfortunately, you can only get that education here because the schools are supporting killing cows and eating them, unfortunately. That proves that they don't really educate children. They are basically teaching things that are negative for growing up to be a genuine good person. Okay, so today we're going to hear Ichadvesa Samudbhava, Samudtena, Dvandva Mohena Bharata, Sarvabhutani Samoham, Yar Sarge Yanti Parantapa. O Arjuna, O conqueror of the foe or enemy, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. This is a very important verse in the 7th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, and it is 27th verse. The explanation of this verse follows. By His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, my Gurudev, and the Gurudev of many, many hundreds and thousands of devotees. The real constitutional position of the living entity is that of subordination to the Supreme Lord, who is pure knowledge. When one is deluded into separation from this pure knowledge, he or she becomes controlled by illusory energy and cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The illusory energy is manifested in the duality of desire and hate. Due to desire and hate, the ignorant person wants to become one with the Supreme Lord and envies Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure devotees who are not deluded or contaminated by desire and hate can understand that Lord Sri Krishna appears by his internal potencies, but those who are deluded by duality and ignorance think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is created by material energies. This is their misfortune. Okay, we're going to have to ask everyone, please, to be quiet and not speak. Go outside to speak, please, and close the doors. Close the doors, and you can speak outside all you want. I know what you're saying is probably very important to save this planet or whatever, but don't interrupt with the lecture. So if you have something important to say, go outside and say it. Okay, so the illusory energy is manifested in the duality of desire and hate. Due to desire and hate, the ignorant person wants to become one with the Supreme Lord and envies Krishna as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Pure devotees who are not deluded or contaminated by desire and hate can understand that Lord Sri Krishna appears by his internal potencies, but those who are deluded by duality and hate, duality and ignorance, think that the Supreme Personality of Godhead is created by material energies. This is their misfortune. Such deluded persons symptomatically dwell in dualities of dishonor and honor, misery and happiness, woman and man, good and bad, pleasure and pain, etc., thinking, this is my wife, this is my house, I am the master of this house, I am the husband of this wife. These are the dualities of delusion. Those who are so deluded by dualities are completely foolish and therefore cannot understand the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, so let's not misunderstand this explanation of the verse. First of all, the verse says, O Arjuna, O conqueror of the foe, or conqueror of enemies, all living entities are born into delusion, bewildered by dualities arisen from desire and hate. Now let's analyze this because it's a very profound statement. It's talking about everybody. All living entities are born into delusion. What is that delusion? Well, the most fundamental mistake a person can make is to identify themselves with the material body that they have. Right away, they're in a state of delusion. Delusion is when you believe something that was never true. So it's not true that I am this body. Why? Because the body's always changing. So which body are you? The one you had in the womb of your mother, the one that came out of the womb of your mother, the one you have now, the one you'll have 10 years from now or 50 years from now. You cannot say, I am this body, because it's always changing. Okay, I want to keep the doors closed. Keep the doors closed, please. Thank you. So, when most people, I'd say 99.9% of people identify themselves with their body, their family, their cousins, their relatives, their country they live in, etc. Right away, that's a mistake. And then every decision you make based on the belief of that mistake will be wrong. If you start with a mistake, everything else will be a mistake. So, to identify with the body is the most fundamental mistake a person can make. All right. Then how do you identify yourself? Well, first of all, you can only identify yourself in relation to other people. So, if you choose to identify yourself in relation to Krishna, then you won't make a mistake, because Krishna, first of all, is not subject to birth, death, old age, and disease. He's the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He has a body, but it's a spiritual body. You all have a spiritual soul covered by a material body. So do I. So who am I exactly? Well, there are two levels of material body that we have. One is called the gross body, and the other is called the subtle body. The gross body is made of earth, water, fire, air, ether, and the subtle body is made of mind, intelligence, and ego. So, when you die, only the gross body dies. The subtle body doesn't die right away. And, of course, your soul never dies because it's eternal. The subtle body is subject to dying, but after a very, very long time. The subtle body is carrying or is full of false identifications. I'm American, I'm Indian, I am this, I am that, I belong to this family or that family. this is my car, this is my house. All of those are false assumptions. Why? Well, when you come into spiritual life, you begin to understand that you should only relate to things that are eternal. And those things that are not eternal, if you can somehow connect them to things that are eternal, then it's okay. So what is eternal? Your soul is eternal. God is eternal. The spiritual world is eternal. Okay, now, how can we connect things that are not eternal, like, let's say, your car? This is an interesting question. How do you connect your car with things that are eternal? You use the car only to come to the temple, or only for, let's say, you can use it for work, but only if you give the result of the work to Krishna. If you use your car to go to a bar and drink liquor, or to go to a party where they're going to be drinking liquor and talking nonsense all night, then your car is not spiritually engaged. So, therefore, you need to have knowledge to be able to engage everything material in spiritual, let's say, in spiritual things, and not in material things. Now you might say, well, wait a minute, then how can I go to work? Well, yeah, you can go to work as long as you use the result of your work in the service of Krishna. So this is called the art of work, by which you will not create any karma, either good or bad. You are karma-free, because everything you do is connected to pleasing the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Sri Krishna. This is something you can only learn when you associate with genuine devotees of the Lord. Otherwise, out of ignorance, we are committing sinful activities, not even knowing that they're sinful. Like, for example, when you drive a car, you're going to kill thousands and thousands of living entities, all kinds of bugs and microbes and so forth. They're all living entities. So whenever you kill living entities, there is a karmic result. But if you use the car to come to the temple, or if you use the car only in activities that are connected to Krishna, like, for example, when you go to work, how can you use that in Krishna's service? Well, you can use the result of the work, like the money, in the service of the Lord. Now, how do you do that? Well, let's say you go to a supermarket and you buy some food, and you only buy vegetarian food, and you bring it home, and you cook it, and you offer the food to Krishna. And then he will offer it back to you as prasadam. The meaning of prasadam is his mercy. And now you're not just eating food, you're eating prasad. This is a science. It's called spiritual science. How every action you make is connected to Krishna, or meant for pleasing Krishna. And that, to be able to do that, sometimes you're not sure how to do that. You have to come and talk to a bona fide devotee of the Lord, and he'll explain to you how to do that. There are situations in which you can't see, how am I going to make this material thing spiritual? Well, let's say there is marijuana. Can you make marijuana, which is a material thing, into something spiritual? Well, right away, most people will say no. You see. But there is a way. You don't smoke the marijuana, but you could use it, the plant, to make things like rope and other, useful things that could be used. You don't smoke the marijuana, but you use it to make things that can be useful. And there are a lot of things you can make with the marijuana plant, you know. So that's only if you associate with devotees who can help you to use everything in your life in the service of Krishna. One time, the question is asked to Srila Prabhupada, our guru. There's his forum there on this Vyasa-san. They said, well, how can you use an atomic bomb in the service of Krishna? He said, it's very easy. We use it to kill the atheists. So everyone was a little bit shocked. Well, you know, I mean, how do they use the atomic bomb, or how do they use bombs? It's to kill enemies, right? So anyone who's enemy of Krishna could be killed. But today, we've learned how to do sophisticated killing. We don't kill the body, we kill the desire to sin in the mind and the heart of people. Now, first of all, most people are sinning without even knowing that it's a sin. And some people know it's a sin, but they can't stop themselves because they're addicted. However, by associating with devotees, genuine devotees, you can learn what is a sin, and you can learn how to avoid it. And then you can learn how to engage everything in your life, engage into devotional service to please Krishna. This is the art of living. You've probably heard that before, the art of living, right? But this is the real art of living. When you know how to use everything in the service of Krishna for Krishna's pleasure. If you please Krishna, then all your problems in life go away because he takes a serious interest in you. He'll protect you, he'll give you knowledge, he will lead you to be in the association of good devotees, and in every way, he will be a protector and a friend. That's the best friend you can have. Krishna, the Supreme Personality of God. No one else will be a better friend than that, because by developing a relationship of friendship and love for Krishna, you will be liberated from the cycle of birth and death. And that is the real problem every one of us has. Our problems, sometimes people say, well, we have political problems, and we have weather problems, and we have sickness problems, and we have neighbor problems, and this problem. But the real problem we have is birth, old age, disease, and death. And there's no solution of that. They don't teach you in school how to be free of the cycle of birth and death. They don't teach you in school, most schools, about God and how to please God. Sometimes they teach some things about God, but they make mistakes also. Like, for example, in Christianity, they teach that you only live once. And when you die, you're going to be judged. Either you go to heaven or you go to hell. Both statements are wrong. But yet, in Catholicism, there are millions of people being taught that. And it's completely wrong. You don't only live once. You have an eternal soul. Now, because we have an eternal soul, if we misbehave, eat meat, engage in illicit sex, smoke, drink, so forth, we will remain in the cycle of birth and death. Now, when you remain in the cycle of birth and death, there's no guarantee that your next life is going to be a human being. If you have a human body now, that means you already have passed through and experienced 8,400,000 species to come to the civilized human form In the human form, there's 400,000 human forms, but only a few of those forms are civilized. Now, what's the difference between a civilized human being and a non-civilized human being? Civilized human being is regulated. They eat at the same time, they sleep at the same time, they wake up at the same time. They're regulated, and their whole life is regulated to engage in devotional service for the pleasure of the Lord. Okay, so do they actually teach this in school? No, they don't teach anything like this in school. This is the most important thing. If you want to have a healthy and, let's say, spiritual life, you have to be regulated in your activities. Go to sleep on time, wake up on time, and go to sleep before 10 o'clock, wake up before 4 o'clock in the period called Brahma Muhurta, which is the best time to make spiritual advancement, and so forth. All this has been part of the original Vedic Dharma, but it's not taught. Maybe it's taught in a few schools, but not on a regular basis. Definitely not in the public schools. They don't teach anything like that. And in fact, what they are teaching, most of it is false. Like, for example, they teach you that 50 years ago, the United States, or more than 50 years ago, landed on the moon, landed a spaceman on moon. That's a lie. They never did that. The whole thing is a hoax. Now, I'm not saying it's a hoax, but on the Johnny Carson's show, he had an interview with one of the persons who was in that moon landing. There was two. There's Armstrong, and the other one, what's his name? Huh? Yeah, Buzz Aldrin, right. So Buzz Aldrin, when he was being interviewed by Johnny Carson, so Johnny Carson said, "So you went to the moon?" He said, "No, that was staged." He said, "What?" He said, "It was staged." That means that it was a Hollywood production, the landing on the moon. And he was right. He is the second astronaut. He was on the so-called the rocket, with Armstrong. So if anybody knows what actually happened, he knows. So it's shocking that for 50, 60 years, we've all believed that the United States went to the moon 50, 60 years ago. And now they've decided to go to the moon again. But wait a minute. If they went to the moon 50 years ago, then, and they were also saying that soon, like they went to the moon like 1968 or 9, and then they advertised it soon by 1975, we'll have Pan Am airplanes flying to the moon and taking you there. Well, Pan Am went bankrupt, and no one has gone to the moon. So what does that mean? It means they never went to the moon. The whole thing was fake. But it's a very good fake, because a lot of people believed it. And for all this time, they've been getting, they, meaning the government, has been giving massive amounts of money to different companies for research. For what? To go to the moon again, right? They're talking now about going to the moon again, right? They haven't gone for over 50 years, and now they want to go again. So this whole thing is a hoax. It's not, none of this is true. Now there's other hoaxes or false things. Most people believe you only live once. Most people believe that when you die, there's nothing. This is the majority of the population of the world. This is not just the United States. It's the whole world now we're talking about. Both statements are false. We all have an eternal soul. We can never actually die. It's only the material body that dies. And then we cannot identify ourselves with the material body because it's always changing. Every one of us has started microscopically. to see the sperm, you would have to have a microscope. It's smaller than the ability of the eye to see. Is anyone going to deny that they were not a sperm at once? Anybody want to argue? Oh, I know that I was not a sperm. Nobody's going to deny it. Everybody begins as a sperm, and a sperm is microscopic. It's our first body. And that sperm carries all the intellectual know-how, how to form a perfect human body. You know how complicated the human body is? Well, when that little baby comes out, it's got arms, and it's got legs, and it's got a brain, and it's got ears and eyes and nose. Everything is there. Where did all the knowledge come to make a body like that? From the sperm. How did the sperm have that body? By Krishna. Not by Joe Biden, not by the communists, not by this one, not by that. Only God put that information into that little sperm, you see. So this is mysterious. But do we realize that it's a mystery? No. We think, oh, well, that's nature. That's not an answer. To say, it's nature. No, nature is controlled by God. Someone's controlling nature because it's functioning in a systematic way. If it was not being controlled by God or Krishna, then everything would be chaotic. You wouldn't be able to predict anything. You wouldn't know when it's going to rain, when it's not going to rain. You wouldn't know anything. Everything would be chaotic. But because Krishna is controlling everything, everything is functioning in a predictable way. So, therefore, we're not being taught this. We're being taught nonsense things. You only live once. When you die, there's nothing. That's enough to make anyone an atheist. Because if you think you only live once, and you hear this on television, and people say, "Oh, you only live once," therefore, you have to, take the best, do the best now, drink, eat, drink, and be merry, because when you die, it's all over. Those are all false narratives, and we have to separate ourselves from that falsity. We have an eternal soul, and we have a temporary body. So the question that we should ask ourselves, how did I get into this situation where I'm subject to birth, old age, disease, and death? This is not what I want. I want to be eternal. But wait a minute, I have an eternal soul, but my body is subject to birth, death, old age, and disease. So how do I free myself of this type of body and have a spiritual body that's not subject to old age, disease, and so forth? Well, you have to become a devotee of Krishna. Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can liberate you from the cycle of birth and death and bless you with eternal life. And that's what everyone wants. Every multi-billionaire wants eternity. They want to find some solution to death because they don't want to die. They have so much money, they won't be able to spend all that money in one lifetime. They know that. So they want to find a way of either extending their lifetime or to become ultimately immortal, you see. They see more clearly than normal people do because they don't want to they don't want to die. They want to have all that money and be able to spend it. And it takes a long time to spend $1 billion. And some of those billionaires have many, many billions of dollars. So you can't spend all that money overnight. So this is the one thing that has been desired for many, many centuries. For many, many centuries, people have tried to find the elixir of immortality. You have Ponce de Leon. He was a Spaniard, and he was a person who was funded to find the elixir of immortality. And he was asked to, they made a boat for him in Spain so he could reach Florida where they thought the elixir of immortality was. But if you look into history, people have been looking for the elixir of immortality for thousands and thousands of years. It's not just Ponce de Leon. When you go into Christianity, they're looking for the cup from which Jesus drank. What is it called? Is I forget right now. The cup from which the Holy Grail, right? Everybody's looking for the Holy Grail. They've been looking for it for 2,000 years now, because they know if they find that, it is going to be the way they can become immortal. So in life today, there are many false narratives, and it's hard to see what's true and what's not true. So today, I'm going to tell you what's true, and I'm going to tell you what's not true. It is true that you have an eternal soul. It's not true that the body can live eternally, no matter how much nanotechnology there is, or no matter how much, they promise you. Like you have these crazy people that promise you by 2050, death will be optional, which means if you want to die, you can die. And if you don't want to die, we know how to keep you alive forever, you see. So these are all false narratives. It's not true. But it's to basically take money from you, take money from your pocket and put it in their pocket by making all these false claims. And so what we have to do is go back into history and see what is the truth. What is the truth? It's something that was true in the past, it's true in the present, and it's true in the future. And what is that? That is your relationship with Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Because Krishna is in your heart right now. And it's from him that knowledge and different and ability and forgetfulness comes from. So Krishna is in your heart. So he knows everything you're desiring. When you desire Krishna, he does everything to help you so you can be educated and go back to Godhead. But if you desire only material things, then he'll give you material things, but you'll be trapped in the cycle of birth and death. So it doesn't solve any problems. You'll become a first-class trapped person, or a second-class trapped person, or a third-class trapped person, or a no-class trapped person, but you'll still be trapped in the cycle of birth and death. You have to learn how to free yourself from all these illusory things. And everything's illusory in the material world. Why? Because you have it, and all of a sudden, over time, it disappears. And you won't see it again. It's like a loved one. You have a father, you have a mother, and over time, they die. You'll never see them again. It's only a memory. And that memory gets faded also over time. And then you realize, why is this happening? This is not what I want. I don't want to see my father die. I don't want to see my mother die. But it's happening. And I don't want to die myself. But that's also happening. See? So these are the questions that we have to ask. And the reason why we're confused is we falsely identify with the body rather than identify with the soul. Now the question is, how do you identify with the soul? Well, the soul is part and parcel of Krishna. We are all coming originally from Krishna, and Krishna he's the great soul, and we are the minute souls that have emanated from him. And therefore, we have an eternal relationship with Krishna, whether we know it or not. If we know it, then we engage in the devotional service of the Lord. Then we have a proactive relationship with God, which can lead us to be liberated from the material body and receive our spiritual body and go back to the spiritual world. Most people, talk about this, but they actually believe, the majority of people believe you only live once, and when you die, there's nothing. But that's not true. And I can guarantee you that's not true. That's why in Bharat, people believe in reincarnation. In Christianity, they don't believe in reincarnation. That shows you how faulty Christianity is. There's a lot of things they believe in Christianity that are not true. The big ticket items are you only live once, and you're going to be judged. Either you go to hell or you go back to heaven. Well, that's not true. You're never going to die because you have an eternal soul. The soul cannot die. But Christians say that there are souls that are going to die or be destroyed. So we're faced. One time there was this gentleman, and he was working in this company. And during Ramadan, a Muslim, co-worker kept telling him, oh, our Ramadan is so successful this year. We've killed hundreds and hundreds of cows. So the guy thought, that's part of your religion? He said, yes. So there was another person who was a devotee, and he was talking to the same, co-worker, and he said, it's so wonderful, we protect our cows. They're so wonderful, just like Ram Dass just came in here. We protect our cows. So the man that was hearing this, the Muslim said, Ramadan was wonderful this year. We killed thousands of cows. And the devotee is saying, we protect cows. So who are you going to believe? You say, they're both so-called religious people, but one is saying, the more cows you kill, Allah is pleased. And the other person is saying, we never kill cows, it's sinful. You see? So we're faced with this type of duality. Duality is what confuses people. Should I buy this car or should I buy that car? Should I marry this person or marry that person? Should I buy this house or buy that house? Should I invest my money in this stock or that stock? This is duality, and it confuses people. They're not quite sure what's the right decision. Just like I had a friend of mine, he was always investing in the stock market. So one day I was talking with him, and he wasn't really listening to me. He was looking at the stock on the stock market. And at one point I asked him, I said, what are you doing? He said, well, I've been studying this stock for the last 2 months, and I'm thinking about buying it. I always study the stocks. I spend a long time studying them, and I'm convinced now that I should buy this stock. I said, oh, okay. So he did buy that stock. And then about 2-3 weeks later, I met him again, and he didn't look so happy. I said, what's the matter? He said, well, my stock went down. I said, but after all that study? He said, yeah, that's what I don't understand. I studied it. It was underpriced, but yet it went down. So you see, we can't really control things. We can try to, but there are things that we can't control. One is the stock market. Unless you're a billionaire, they can control it because they can make it go up or down as they like. But if you're just a regular investor, you can't control it, right? You just hope that it's going to go up and so forth. So in Krishna consciousness, we don't try and control the stock market, but we try and control our mind and our senses and keep them both engaged in the service of Krishna. Then you are a controller, but you control yourself. You control lust, anger, and greed, the 3 doors to hell. Lust, anger, and greed. So until we're able to control lust, anger, and greed, we're not going to be able to have a happy life. There's always going to be problems. So how to control lust, anger, and greed, you come here and we teach you. Every Sunday, every day, we have classes about how to come closer to Krishna. As you come closer to Krishna, the influence of lust, anger, and greed diminishes, and the desire to love, surrender, and serve Krishna increases. So by loving, serving Krishna, all the bad things go away and all good things happen. And the best thing is, Krishna will protect you. There's no insurance policy better than Krishna protecting you. So how will you get Krishna to protect you? You have to serve the Lord with love and devotion. He's looking for the love. That's the main thing. Love of Krishna is the strongest force in the whole universe. And there are examples to prove it. Like, for example, Jesus Christ. He loved his Father, God, or Krishna. And his Father told him that you're going to be crucified to take the sins of the nonsense people, because they're nonsense people, but you're going to do them a great benefit. You will accept their sins and purify them. So at first, Jesus was a little skeptical, of course, but then he agreed. And he was nailed onto the cross, and he suffered. And he actually said, my God, why did you do this to me? But then he, calmed down and he accepted following God's instruction. And today, people are still talking about Jesus Christ, 2,000 years later. And they're because basically he died to free everybody, not everybody, but all good Christians from, lust, anger, and greed, and to be able to go to heaven. Now, heaven is not the final destination, but it's a good destination. But it's not the final destination. The final destination is go back to Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is more than heaven, because Vaikuntha is an eternal planet. Heaven it lasts a long time, but eventually it is not going to exist until the next, let's say, creation. But in the spiritual world never disappears. It's eternal. So is Christianity a bona fide religion? Yes. Is everything they're saying absolutely true? No. There are mistakes in Christianity, like you'll only live once. That's a mistake. And when you die, you're going to be judged. Either you go to heaven or hell. If you go to hell, you can never get out of hell. That's another false statement. In Krishna consciousness, we know that people like Narada Muni go to hell, or Narak, and they chant Hare Krishna and liberate people and elevate them. Why? Because everybody has an eternal soul. The soul never dies. In Christianity, they believe some souls are going to die and be destroyed. So, which narrative are you going to believe? This is the fundamental question in life. Who you're going to believe. Just like the Muslim gentleman was telling the co-worker, oh, this Ramadan this year is wonderful. We killed 1,000 cows and ate them. And then the other person, the devotee, is saying, oh, we had such a nice festival, and we never kill cows. We love them. So he got confused. Who's he going to believe? Right. Well, killing cows is sinful. It's the most sinful thing in the world. If you kill a cow, you'll take rebirth as many times as there are hairs on the body of the cow. So does that mean the Muslims are going to suffer for killing so many cows? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. Now, there are good Muslims who follow, their scriptures and their rituals. But that one ritual about killing cows can, let's say, destroy all the good things that they've done, because it's a false narrative. It's not true that you can kill a cow. You can kill a goat, maybe, and get away with it, or it's less, let's say, there's less of karma by killing a goat. But there's severe karma if you kill a cow. And someone will say, well, how do you know? Well, because it's in Bhagavad Gita and our scriptures. Therefore, they say, well, we have our scriptures, but there are, just like you can interpret incorrectly the Bhagavad Gita, you can also incorrectly quote the Quran or the Bible. So what is the problem? The problem is, do you have actually genuine gurus in your religion? A genuine guru will never tell you to kill a cow. Never. It doesn't matter whether it's Islam or Christianity or Judaism, etc. And therefore, what I'm saying is, you can have bona fide gurus in all these religions, but they will always tell the same thing, that you should avoid this cow killing, you should avoid liquor, you should avoid illicit sex, you should avoid, all these sinful activities. So, some people think that killing a cow is not sinful. That's a false narrative. Any killing is sinful, because in the Bible it says, "Thou shalt not kill." It doesn't say you can kill cows because they don't have a soul, and that's not true either, because every animal, every living being has a soul. So any living being that has a soul, if you kill it, it's sin. It could be a bug, it could be a cow, it can be a bird, or it can be a human being. So we shouldn't kill anything that's living and has eyes and a family, right? So fish have eyes and a family, bugs have eyes and a family, and so forth. All right, so I'm going to stop right there and give you a chance to ask a question and have a little bit of a discussion. Does anyone like to ask a question about anything I said or about any subject relating to spirituality? Because spiritual life is absolutely necessary if you want to be a human being. Human beings are different than animals because human beings can understand their relationship with God. Animals can't. And therefore, there's a difference. But if a human being acts like an animal, which means they're only interested in eating, sleeping, mating, and defending, then there's no difference between them and the animal. The difference between a human being and an animal is a human being can understand his or her relationship with Krishna or God. So are there any questions you would like to ask? Yes. Give her the microphone, please. Do we have a microphone? Speak slowly.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Hi, Krishna Maharaj. My question is that in morning session, I listen this, we should think about the Krishna. We never discuss about the bad peoples or any another things. So my question is that how we can just keep away from the other things, family members who disturb our Krishna consciousness or anything like that.
Okay. Well, a devotee is always very kind and humble. So you should never say anything that will cause an argument with your family, right? Father, mother, uncles, aunties, so forth. Like, for example, one day, one of my uncles spoke to me. I'd gone to see my family when I was a devotee. And I was really angry that I was a devotee. And he said, "You're a traitor to religion, to your family, and to humanity. Well, that's a pretty strong statement, right? You're a traitor. How do they say traitor in Hindi? You know, what word do they use? Huh? What, how, say it louder? Nadar. Okay. Well, he called me Qatar, right? So those are pretty harsh words, you know. But I didn't get angry, you know. Why? Because I wanted to respect my uncle. He's an uncle, right? Of course, I didn't follow what he said, but I could understand why he was saying that, because for him, what I was doing was completely against Christianity, because he was Christian, right? So he thought I was a Qatar of everything that he believes in. And that's okay. People can have different beliefs. We shouldn't get angry. In fact, we should make a promise. When anybody insults me, that day I'm going to chant 5 more rounds on my beats. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. So if your husband insults you, or your wife insults you, or your coworker insults you, or your uncle insults you, you should chant more rounds that day. Right? So that way, the person who insults you becomes your guru, because he's inciting you to chant more. You see? So you turn tables around, you know. So you don't want to tell him, you know, well, thank you for insulting me because I'm going to chant 5 more rounds today. You know, they'll get angry. You have to keep it a secret. But in this way, you don't see them as an enemy. You see them as a guru, because they're helping you to chant more that day. You see things in a positive way, you see. So we have to learn how to turn things from negative to positive. Haribol. Thank you. So we have a few things to say here. Our feast sponsors are Rishi Parmar and family. On the occasion of Ria's 4th birthday, is Ria here? I think she is here, isn't she? Or you're going to bring a cake now? Oh, after Aarti. Okay. Well, Ria, happy birthday to you, and you're going to get a big cake. And how about some ice cream? Is there ice cream also? You have cupcake. No, but we need ice cream. Send someone to buy ice cream. You can't have a birthday without ice cream. Come on. Send someone to get some ice cream. Okay, so Ria, we're going to celebrate your birthday in a few minutes. And Krishna Chaitanya Das, or Krishna Guri Medya, in memory of my father's 2nd death anniversary. And these are people who are sponsoring the feast today. And to Bhavna and Omendra on the occasion of the fact that they're going to be parents soon. So what does that mean? They're going to get married? Huh? Are they expecting a baby? Okay. Well, we pray that you will have a very good childbirth. And also to Jagadish Shaini, to Rahul Kaparti, in remembrance of his father, to Reti Pillai, and Shalini Akela for health and happiness. Well, we're going to pray for your health and happiness, Shalini. And Vidyanath Das and family on the occasion of Janaki's birthday. Which birthday? How old is she? How old is Janaki? What? Yeah, I know, but how old is she? Okay, well, anyway, on Janaki's birthday, right? And today, the Synergy Learning Academy is one of our schools, has donated $50,000 to the temple. Haribol, Haribol. Synergy Learning Academy, if you want your child to be educated, put them in the Synergy Learning Academy. That's in right next to the entry of the, what is that? Anyways, close by. You'll get, your child will get a good education. And you can see, is Bharti here? Yes? Okay. Well, anyway, you can put your child up to like a elementary school in the Synergy Learning Academy, which is associated with this temple. Okay, announcements. The Sri Sitarama Kalyanam on April 16th, Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. at the 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday, and celebrated again on April 20th, Saturday at 10:30. So the first celebration of Sitaram Kalyanam is in our Bellevue Temple. And the second time that we do Sitaram Kalyanam is going to be in this temple on the 20th of Saturday. In the Bellevue Temple, it's the 16th, Tuesday at 6:30. And here, it's Saturday, 10:30. And then Sri Ram Nami celebrations is going to be done in this temple, Samamish Temple, and both this temple and the Samamish Temple on 7 p.m. onwards. But what day? It doesn't say. Tuesday the 16th. Okay. So thank you very much. Are there any questions anyone would like to ask? This is your chance to ask a question and have an answer that you've probably been looking for years but never got a satisfactory answer. Okay, no questions. Oh, did I answer your question? Oh, your microphone is not on. 1 second. You have the microphone? He's going to bring your microphone. They turned it off. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Turn it on. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, go ahead.
Yes.
You see, when you chant Hare Krishna, everything works.
Yes, Maharaj, you mentioned that we should do more rounds if any augment happens.
If anybody
but we
insults
do
you.
reverse. Yeah, but we do reverse, Maharaj. How implement this?
Okay. That's a good question. Well, it all depends whether you want to go back to Godhead or you don't want to go back to Godhead. If you don't want to go back to Godhead, then you don't follow good instructions. But if you want to go back to Godhead in this lifetime, you should follow good instructions. And a good instruction, one good instruction is, if anyone insults you, you shouldn't get angry. You should chant more rounds that day, at least 5 more rounds. Okay? So you have to learn how to turn every negative thing into a positive thing. That's an art. It's called the art of living. If you want to live peacefully, you want to live happily, then you need to get instruction from a bona fide guru, how to turn every negative situation into a positive situation. And it's possible. Right? You just need the knowledge to do that. And that knowledge we get from Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the greatest book in the history of the world. It's 5,000 years old. There's no other book that's 5,000 years old. Even the Bible is not 5,000 years old. But actually, Bhagavad Gita is even, Bhagavad Gita was the last time it was spoken 5,000 years ago. The first time is 120 million years ago, right? Where Krishna spoke to Vivaswan, the god of the sun. So Bhagavad Gita is the oldest book in the whole history of the world, and it is Krishna explaining who he is, or God explaining who he is and how to follow his instructions. So it's the most important book that's ever been in print in the world. So if you want to read just one book and have all knowledge, Bhagavad Gita. Okay, thank you very much. So now that we're going to have Arti. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Maha Mantra Ki Jai. Shri Radha Nilamadava Ki Jai. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Gaura Premanande.
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada.
Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Oh Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Govinda Jai Jai Gopal Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai, Radha Ramana Hari Govind Jai Jai, Radha Nil Madhav Govind Jai Jai, Radha Nil Madhav Govind Jai Jai, Radhe 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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Radhe 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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe, Radhe 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 Jai Jai Shri Radhe. गौरनिताय गौरनिताय जय गौरनिताय जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा सीताराम जय सीताराम सीताराम जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान जय सीताराम लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा निताय गौर हरि बोल 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 जय अम्बिष्पाद परमहंस प्रव्यास शिष्य माता वचन भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय स्कंद फाउंडर श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवशादि गौर भक्तवृंद की राधा कृष्ण गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की गंगा मैया की यमुना मैया की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की अनंत कुटी वैष्णव बिंद की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे ऑल ग्लोरीज सिंपल डिवोटीज all girls simple devotees, all girls simple devotees, all girls Shri Guru and Gauranga, all girls Srila Prabhupada ki. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः हिरण्यकाशिपूर्वक्षः शीलटन्कानकालये हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह हितो नरसिंह परतो नरसिंह जतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंह जतो यतो यामि ततो नृसिंहा
यतो यतो यामि ततो नरसिंहा
बहे नृसिंह हृदय नृसिंहा बहे नृसिंह हृदय नृसिंहा नृसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे नरसिंहमदिं शरणं प्रपदे तव कर कमल बरे नकाम अद्भुत सिंहा दलितालिरन कशिपु तनुभृंगा केशवद्रीता नरहरि रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे
तव कर कमल वरे नखा अद्भुत सिंहा दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु
जान सद भगवान की केशवद्रीता नरहरि रूप जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवद्रीता
नरहरि रूपा जय जगदीश हरे
जय नरसिंहदेव 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 जय नरसिंहदेव
जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज
जय नरहरि जय नरहरि नरहरि जय नरहरि
जय नरहरि जय नरहरि नरहरि जय नरहरि
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह
जय प्रभुपद 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 जय प्रभुपद
जय प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद प्रभुपद जय प्रभुपद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 प्रभुपाद
जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय
नरसिंह भगवान की जय, भक्त प्रहलाद महाराज की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे।
Can you give me?
బాగా పిల్లలు బాగా ప్రాక్టీస్ చేశారు. ఫస్ట్ మేము అన్నీ సంస్కృతనే చేసేవాళ్ళం. శ్రీకాంత్ చూసుకుంటుండు. కూచిపూడి ఆ డాన్సర్ వాళ్ళని వీళ్ళని తీసుకొచ్చారు. చేస్తారు ఆయన. పిల్లలే కానీ దోతులన్నీ కొత్త కొత్త ఎక్కడి నుంచి చేపించారు. అంటే ఇక్కడ రామగోపాల్ అంటే మా ఫ్రెండ్ అక్కడ ఎల్వి టెంపుల్ వాలంటీర్ చేస్తాను. ఎల్వి టెంపుల్
Krishna song.
ఓకే.
Krishna in your heart. I don't know. That's the that one's there. Okay, give me here.
ఇక్కడ టీచర్
Mukuta, Rasika, Mukuta. No, I feel like Vrindavan.
పేరు వచ్చినట్టుంది.
Or like Radhe Jai Jai Madhav Gaite. Jai Radhe Jai Krishna Jai Vrindavan. Nava Gaura Varam, Nava Pushpasaram. Maduram Madhure.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. We have a birthday today, and the traditional way of celebrating the birthday is to chant Hare Krishna. So, where is, what's the name of the girl? Ria. Oh, Ria Palmar. Where is Ria? Where is Ria? Oh, okay. Hare Krishna, Ria. It's your birthday today. Hare Bol, Hare Bol. So we're going to chant Hare Krishna for you. Thank you. And for you also. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Bolo Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hey, bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jai Jai, Gopala Jai Jai.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Oh, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Oh, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jai Jai.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Oh, Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jai.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Govinda Jaya Jaya, Gopala Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Oh, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Oh, Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Hare Hare.
Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare.
Hari Bol,
Hari
Gora
Bol,
Hari Bol, Nitya Gora Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gora Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Hari Bol,
Gora Hari Bol, Gora Hari Bol.
Nitya Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitya Gaura Hari Bol.
Nitya Gora Premanandi ki jai, Shri Radha Nilamadhava ki jai. Riya ki jai. Hari Bol, Riya. This is your birthday. How old are you? Show me how many fingers. How many? She became 4 years old. Oh my God, you're a big, big girl now. And everybody loves you. Hare Krishna. So, see, he also said Riya. Yeah. And Om. Hare Bol. Hare Krishna. So now we're going to have a cake. We're going to light the candle for Ria. And we're going to chant Hare Krishna for Ria. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna to you. Hare Krishna dear Ria. Hare Krishna to you. Haribo, 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 Haribo. So now you can blow it out. See, he knows about this. You try it. Do it with your hand like this.
Wave your hand.
Wave your hand.
Do it with the waving.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Haribo, 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 Haribo. Ria, this cake is for you because everybody loves you today. Hare Krishna. Now you're a wonderful young girl, right? Do you like Krishna?
Yeah.
Very good. I do too.
What happened to you?
This is Ria's brother. What's his name? Yeah. Okay, so we're going to cut this cake for Ria. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Whoa! So we're going to cut here now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Hare, Hare Hare, Hare Hare. Okay, now we're going to make this cake come out.
Here we go.
This is all for you, Ria.
Whoa. You want to take a bite?
All right, now this cake is for everyone, but this is Ria's birthday. So, yeah. So some of the younger kids come here. Come over here.
All the kids, younger kids.
Come here. Come here. Come here. Let's give Ria a hug.
Oh. Go. Give her a hug.
Ria, hug. Huggies for Ria. Hare Krishna. You can give her a hug? Yeah. Everybody likes Ria. Okay, so thank you very much. Now we're going to distribute the cake a little bit to everyone. Everyone gets some cake, and everyone gets blessings from Radha and Krishna. Let's all look at Radha and Krishna and get your blessings. Come over here and we'll see Radha and Krishna. And everybody say, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama. Hare Rama. Rama Rama. Hare Hare. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Bolo Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hey bolo Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Ram Ram Hare Hare Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gora Hari Bol. Nitai Gora Premanandi Ki Jai. Many more happy birthdays for Riya. Hare Krishna Riya. Thank you. We're going to cut the cake downstairs, and you're all invited to have a piece of Riya's cake today. Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol. Jai Shri Krishna Bhagavan.
No, I don't know. Congratulations again.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare
Jaya Radha Nila Madh Shri Radhe
Jaya Radha Nilamada Sri Radhe
Jaya Jagannatha Jaya Baladeva Jaya Subha
जगन्नाथ जय जगन्नाथ जय बलदेवा जय सुभद्रा
जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय सीताराम जय लक्ष्मण हनुमान
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह
जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह जय लक्ष्मी नरसिंह
गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय
जय गौरानिताय 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 जय गौरानिताय